So it started in 1997, of course, you know. Then Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand. पहले इसका यही नाम था, no? बांग्लादेश, इंडिया, म्यांमार, श्रीलंका, थाईलैंड इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन. अब नाम में प्रॉब्लम इसलिए हो गई कि नेपाल एंड भूटान बिकेम मेंबर. अब बीच में बीएन तो जोड़ेंगे नहीं, कितना बड़ा हो जाएगा. So therefore, still this is one of the most complicated name of any regional organization in the world. Therefore, interestingly, in this summit, few people raised the issue कि BIMSTEC is too complicated name. कुछ थोड़ा आसान करो यार, इतना कठिन नाम क्यों बनाते हो? So what the name is? Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. How many members? ये 5 तो हैं ही, plus 2, total 7 naturally. And how will you bifurcate these members? 5 members are SAARC members and 2 members are ASEAN members. And since it is involving the members of 2 regional organizations, that it is actually, you can say, a common platform to know the pulse of South Asia and East Asia both. And hence, naturally, BIMSTEC has become very important for Act East policy of India. Then Indo-Pacific policy, whatever policy we have, and what is more, neighborhood first policy. ठीक है. So except Nepal and Bhutan, all are coastal countries. Plan यही था शुरू में कि कोस्टल वालों का बनाएंगे, but Nepal, Bhutan joined, which are landlocked country. So a bit of nature of BIMSTEC change, but still naval cooperation, maritime security is primary agenda of BIMSTEC. Primary agenda of BIMSTEC. What is neighborhood first policy? मोदी की पॉलिसी है, you know, Prime Minister Modi 2014. This is the official government policy, neighborhood first policy. Simply means, again, what name suggests? First priority of government of India is not US, China or great powers, but always neighbors. Along with this spirit of what? 2 things. Neighborhood first policy के 2 component है. Of course, Gujarat doctrine will always be there. And then second component is good neighborhood policy. अच्छे पड़ोसी की नीति. It was announced officially in 2001. Gujarat Doctrine 1996, you all know, I'm sure. ठीक है. So with this, we need to understand that what is good neighborhood policy? It says simply, please remember one thing. India expects only one thing from its neighbor. यहाँ पे क्या बोला? कुछ भी ले ले. यहाँ पे क्या बोला? बदले में एक चीज दे दे. What? Don't do anything against security of India. बस, और कुछ नहीं. So officially, how we say it, good neighborhood policy? That neighboring countries should not allow any institution, group or agency to use their soil or land against नेशनल इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया. कोई भी पड़ोसी देश भारत के खिलाफ काम कर रहे किसी भी ताकत को अपने देश में जमने नहीं देगा. दैट्स व्हाट द होल मतलब इज ऑफ दिस गुड नेबरहुड पॉलिसी. यू शुड बी गुड नेबर. सो फ्रॉम नेपाल in 1999, Indian Airlines plane was hijacked. Means Nepal failed to prevent ISI of Pakistan not to use land of Nepal against India's interest. उसी के बाद ये पॉलिसी आया. 99 में तो जो होना था हो गया. कारगिल भी था 1999 में ही. So Kargil war and hijacking Both was the 99 event. And then government of India revamped the policy, many things inside Nepal for India. और अभी भी जानते हैं क्या होता है, एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है, say about Deubao is visiting India, Nepalese PM is in India. Today he is meeting Prime Minister Modi in Hyderabad house. ठीक है. So what is one of the demands? That Indian security agencies, means maybe RAW or maybe any agency, they still check every passenger before they enter any airplane which is owned by Indian company or coming to India, any company. मतलब पहले नेपाल की सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी चेक करती है जितना चेक करना है, और फाइनली इसको बोलते हैं गेट पे चेकिंग, यानी कि जहाज पे जहां घुसते हो अंदर सीढ़ी पे चढ़ के, वहां पे रॉ फिर से चेक करती है, बिकॉज वी डोंट वांट रिपीटिशन ऑफ 99. इट मीन्स वी डोंट ट्रस्ट नेपाल. नाउ नेपाल सेज, व्हाई डोंट यू ट्रस्ट अस? India says, see, I can't take a risk of another hijacking to trust you anymore. Because you are a weak nation. तो बोला बाकी लोग तो नहीं करते हैं, तू ही कर रहा है. बोला कि पाकिस्तान का एम हम हैं, कोई और नहीं है. तो बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं is not the sufficient ground to justify that India should also following the same practice, because our national interest is different from the others. And so this is one of the issues of mistrust. And Nepalese elites, they make this a very serious issue कि क्यों ऐसे करते हो यार? मीडिया वाले वहां पे लिखते रहते हैं, इंडिया तो हम पे भरोसा नहीं करता and all. But now I'm giving the good example of good neighborhood policy. So now Modi said, see, you are the best one. Don't do anything against us or allow anyone to do against us. And if you don't do this, then under Gujarat doctrine, take whatever you want, and India will behave very magnanimously to give you whatever we can. Like we are helping Sri Lanka in economic crisis. We are doing more than what Sri Lanka was expecting from India. Expecting from India. And many foreign policy initiatives have been taken. So this 5th BIMSTEC summit is important for 2-3 things which is written here. इसमें क्या हुआ है? Now BIMSTEC is a formal regional organization. Earlier it was only a platform or movement नाम जैसा. Because now it has flag, now BIMSTEC anthem, now BIMSTEC constitution. Constitution of any organization is called charter. UN charter means UN constitution. Now for the first time in this summit on 30th March, all the 7 members decided to have a BIMSTEC charter, which is official working mechanism, goals, aims, strategy and procedures of the BIMSTEC countries. And why it is important for India? It is important because BIMSTEC has decided 7 areas for 7 members to work upon for entire BIMSTEC region. One area is security pillar, means the country will provide security to all of them. India is given the responsibility for the security pillar in the BIMSTEC charter. BIMSTEC charter. This is more symbolic than real. We should not take it very seriously. But this is a huge improvement in India's regional diplomacy and moving beyond SARC. Because SARC तो हाँ कोई काम नहीं करेगा, ये तो हम समझ गए हैं. So excluding Pakistan was the primary agenda of BIMSTEC initially. Was primary agenda, right? And so BIMSTEC is basically India-led organization excluding Pakistan. पूरा गोल ही इनिशियली था कि पाकिस्तान नहीं, क्योंकि one of the main reasons why SARC doesn't work is India-Pakistan relations. One of the main reasons. So Pakistan-less organization, regional organization was necessary, so BIMSTEC was done. Now, Unofficially, I am saying India does not have capability to provide security to these countries. नहीं है कैपेबिलिटी, तो कभी भी उछलना कूदना नहीं है कि हम देंगे, बम मार देंगे, कुछ नहीं होता. US could provide security to Ukraine, तो एक कागज पर लिख देने से खुश नहीं हो जाना. But yes, at least these countries accepted that. That is the biggest symbolic gesture geopolitically. That these countries finally accepted, yes, India is now the net security provider for us. Because for Nepal, for Sri Lanka, for Myanmar, these three countries specifically in this group, to accept this role for India was always a matter of big brother syndrome, which is going on in their mind. India is too big, too heavy an organization, country, and they should not be given this level playing field or due respect as per their size and power. But now, माना तो सही, जब करना होगा तो देखेंगे क्या होता है, क्या नहीं होता है. But at least beginning has been made. Now the second portion for which this summit, fifth summit of BIMSTEC, is going to be talked about or could be very important for the future. That's identity. Actist policy में सबसे important हो सकता है, because actist policy का soul है transport connectivity with ASEAN countries. How actist is different from lookist? Many components, but one main component is that there should be from India to entire ASEAN, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia तो बगल में ही है, Malaysia, Burma, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and then up to Philippines. So we have to make a 6-lane highway. And this is you can say, the soul of actist policy of India. And why this BIMSTEC comes into picture again? Because master connectivity plan was agreed in the summit again in the 5th summit. अब इसमें देखो बर्मा भी है और थाईलैंड भी है, और यही इनिशियली इंडिया 1600 किलोमीटर की हाईवे बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम मणिपुर, इफ वी कैन एंटर बर्मा and go up to Thailand, then it will totally transform India's influence and trade commerce relation with the ASEAN countries. Though Burma unstable country है और इतना इन्वेस्ट करना वहाँ और रास्ता चलेगा भी कि नहीं चलेगा ये पॉसिबल नहीं है, बिकॉज सो मेनी इंसर्जेंट ग्रुप्स इन बर्मा. वो ट्रक रोक के हफ्ता वसूली शुरू कर देंगे हर जगह, और बर्मा की सरकार के पास इतनी कैपेसिटी नहीं है कि वो बर्मा को चला ले. देयर फेल्ड स्टेट लाइक अफगानिस्तान, सो गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट कैपेबल. सरकार हर जगह नहीं होती, So therefore, this plan is always in doubt. But still in 2015, which was the first agreement under actist policy, which was announced in 2014, as the India, Myanmar, Thailand, IMT, Trilateral Highway Agreement. IMT agreement. अभी तक बना नहीं है, but BIMSTEC उसको repeat कर रहा है. And second thing for which this BIMSTEC has been talk of the town, because PM Modi said, let's create BIMSTEC Free Trade Agreement, FTA. BIMSTEC FTA. So BIMSTEC FTA की बात कर दिया मोदी जी ने. And why this is news? ठीक है, बात तो लोग करते ही हैं. तो मोदी के FTA बात करने में इतनी बड़ी बात क्या है यार में? बड़ी बात है. If you see the data, UPA government from 2004 to 2014, 2 terms of Manmohan Singh ji, then government of India signed total 11 SEPA agreements, total 11. Modi did not sign any, except this year and last year, 2 agreements with UAE, FTA, and slightly before that with Mauritius. Means in last 7 years, the considered policy of this government was not to join any regional free trade agreement. But in last 6 months, what we are saying, and every international expert and domestic foreign policy experts are pointing this out, that what it is called, that FTA posturing of India has changed. FTA posturing यानी कि FTA पे हमारी सरकार का रुख. So FTA posturing has changed, and suddenly it looks like that in next 3 years of this tenure, Modi may end up signing FTA more than UPA. In total 10 years. Total 10 years. So in that light, the Modi ji statement कि बिम्स्टेक FTA बनाते हैं हम लोग जल्दी से, आप लोग प्रपोजल दीजिए, एक एक्सपर्ट ग्रुप बनाते हैं फॉर द स्टडी वेदर फिजिबिलिटी ऑफ FTA एंड चैलेंजेस ऑफ प्रपोज्ड FTA. So this is something which is very interesting. You know, India-Australia FTA is the talk of the town. And more than that, India-Gulf Cooperation Council FTA is under final stage of negotiation. And then we are having ongoing FTA negotiation with EU, Canada, even US. Even US. The confidence या over confidence वक्त बताएगा. But we are ready to negotiate, but we are not ready to negotiate with China, FTA. But we are ready to negotiate with every other country. And Australia वाला जो FTA sign होगा, because early harvest scheme is going to be announced Monday को. So when early harvest scheme with Australian FTA, early harvest मतलब mini FTA, until the final FTA comes into picture. So with early harvest scheme with Australia coming on Monday, it is now a game changer for India's FTA posturing. Game changer. Because अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया जैसे डेवलप्ड कंट्री के साथ FTA कर सकते हैं, इसका मतलब आप कनाडा, EU, जर्मनी सबके साथ कर सकते हैं. सबके साथ कर सकते हैं. Because having developed countries, that too Western countries, having FTA is quite, for example, with EU, we are negotiating our BTIA, that is FTA का दूसरा नाम है Bilateral Trade and Investment Agreement. इस EU के साथ हम ये बोलते हैं. So this BTIA with EU is being negotiated since last 17 years. 17 साल से हम FTA negotiate कर रहे हैं EU से, आज तक agree नहीं करे. But now it seems that India is now ready, and EU is also ready. They have ready to negotiate. So this BIMSTEC summit has many significant things for Indian foreign policy and diplomacy. ठीक है? So we just need to listen it once. उसके बाद कहीं दिक्कत नहीं होती है. Okay.